So, yeah, not a good day at the office for Angel Reese. The Rose did win though, which is all that matters. But like, I think it's got to the stage now for the Rose where, even though, look, I don't think in the first two games Angel Reese was that bad. I don't think she was brilliant, but it's now got to the stage where you have to play as her. You have to start.
Angel Reese was expected to be the star of the Unrivaled League, filling the void left by Caitlin Clark. However, after her highly anticipated debut, it's clear fans were drawn to Clark's brilliance. Without her, the league's flaws have become glaringly evident, leaving Reese struggling to carry the weight of expectations.
With Lisa, like, I would love to see her break down a player's game and say, this person should work on this. If this person could perfect the mid-range, that would take their game to the next level. If this person had a better left hand, if this person utilized their drop step more to the basket and was able to finish at the rim, if she says those things, like, those hold a lot of weight because they're coming from such an incredible player that is Lisa Leslie. So that was...
The Unrivaled League was touted as the future of women's basketball, set to revolutionize the sport. With Caitlin Clark opting out, all eyes turned to Angel Reese, the highly anticipated rookie from the 2024 class, to take center stage. However, Reese's debut left fans disappointed, failing to live up to the lofty expectations. As the excitement fades, it's becoming increasingly apparent that Caitlin Clark was the true driving force behind the league's hype and anticipation.
That being said, I think that around 300,000 views is pretty good for opening weekend. For what Unrivaled is, it is a 3v3 league. It is something for these women to do during the off season. And I didn't know. I didn't have expectations for what the numbers would look like, but I feel like seeing those, I feel like those are pretty good numbers. Now, are those numbers good enough to make this league a sustainable league year after year? That I'm not sure of. That's up to the investors. That's up to the television network.
Angel Reese's debut for Rose Basketball Club wasn't a total flop, but it was far from memorable. She posted a double-double with 10 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 3 of 7 from the field and going perfect at the free throw line. While respectable, it fell short of the superstar-level performance fans were eagerly anticipating, leaving many wondering if she can truly live up to the lofty expectations placed on her.
She was working on a shoot-around this morning. Power dribble by Reese. Couldn't finish high off the glass. James out of space. Angel Reese.
Rose Basketball Club fell short in their matchup against Vinyl Basketball Club, losing 79-73. A major issue for Rose was their inability to contain Ryan Howard, who dominated with a game-high 33 points, including 6 effortless three-pointers. While Angel Reese posted decent numbers, a double-double with 10 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists, her performance was overshadowed by Howard's brilliance and clutch plays from Derica Hemi and Aura all that sealed Vinyl's victory. But let's address the elephant in the room, Caitlin Clark's absence. The rookie class of 2024 generated a lot of buzz, but it's clear now that the hype was centered entirely around Clark. Banstu and Nafisa Klaya had teased a wild card for months, building anticipation for Clark's potential arrival. Without her, the Unrivaled League feels incomplete. Angel Reese, while talented, simply didn't deliver the kind of performance that commands attention or elevates her team in the same way Clark consistently does. There's a clear difference between being good and being great, and Clark embodies greatness. She has the rare ability to dominate games, make the impossible look easy, and ignite crowds with her electrifying play. Reese, by comparison, struggled to leave a lasting impact in her debut. Her numbers were solid, but they didn't scream superstar. Instead, they felt more like basic stat padding, particularly in rebounds. Without Clark, the league's promise of unparalleled excitement feels noticeably hollow.
On this court. Like I talked about in other videos, I thought that the biggest obstacle for Unrivaled that they would need to overcome for this season was the actual product on the court, because 3v3 does not always translate to a television audience. I thought the full court format was really fun. I thought for the most part in most of these games.
When Caitlin Clark opted out, the Unrivaled League lost its biggest draw, and Angel Reese hasn't been able to fill that void. The stats tell the story. Rose Basketball Club shot 44.7% from the field and 37.5% from 3, but they couldn't contain Vinyl Basketball Club's firepower. Ryan Howard stole the spotlight, reminding everyone that the league's most thrilling moments still come from established stars, not rookies struggling to make their mark. Fans are more than disappointed, they are frustrated. Many feel the league, once brimming with potential, now feels like a missed opportunity without Clark. It was meant to showcase the best of women's basketball, but instead, it's fallen into a cycle of mediocrity.
Angel Reese, 2 of 6 from the field. She had as many fouls as points. 3 turnovers to 1 assist. Look, it's not ideal. I don't think in general, I don't think Angel Reese has been bad on Rivals. She was so bad today.
One fan tweeted, "Without Caitlin Clark, the Unrivaled is just unwatchable. Angel Reese is trying, but she's no Clark." Another added, "The hype died the second Clark pulled out. Angel Reese can't carry this league, and it shows." Reese will have another opportunity to prove herself in the next game, but the pressure is mounting. Can she rise to the occasion and become the star the league desperately needs, or will the Unrivaled continue to falter without its biggest draw? Fans are paying close attention, and time is running out. With players like Ryan Howard and Derek Ahemi stealing the spotlight, Reese must find a way to stand out. If she doesn't, the league risks losing even more momentum in the absence of its bright.
Is that the Rose and Lunar Owls game had 89,000 people. There were less than 100,000 people watching this game.
Angel Reese's debut highlighted how much the Unrivaled League misses Caitlin Clark. While Reese is talented, she lacks the star power to carry the league. Fans were hoping for Clark, and without her, the league feels unfinished and unable to meet its full potential.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. It's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Angel Reese had a golden chance to shine in the Unrivaled League and validate the hype surrounding her. Instead, her debut brought excuses and blame shifting, serving as a stark reminder that Caitlin Clark remains the gold standard in women's basketball, setting a level of excellence Reese has yet to reach.
Another nice lead. Gray preserves the possession. Chelsea Gray for 3. 8 split blocked early. Here in Reese.
Angel Reese was expected to carry the torch for the Unrivaled League in Caitlin Clark's absence, stepping into the spotlight with the league's top-tier facilities and extensive funding. Reese herself acknowledged the unprecedented support Unrivaled offers, everything from massages and cold tubs to hair and makeup services, daycare, and even equity in the league. Yet, despite these advantages, Reese's performance and inability to generate the same excitement as Clark have left fans underwhelmed. Rather than taking accountability for her lackluster debut, Reese has shifted blame, criticizing the WNBA for its commercial travel policies and less glamorous facilities compared to the NCAA. Schools like LSU, for instance, provided their stars with charter jets and state-of-the-art amenities, which Reese claims are missing at the professional level. But let's be honest, blaming the system doesn't change the fact that her debut in Unrivaled was average at best. While she posted a respectable double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds, it wasn't the superstar performance fans hoped for. Worse, her team couldn't contain Ryan Howard, who dominated with 33 points, completely stealing the show and the headlines.
Her missed in her pocket. This time with Sarah, it's Lloyd with the rejection. Vandersloot with the hands for Rose. Stevens knows it. Stewart short rims the 3.
Here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark didn't even need to show up to dominate the conversation. By sitting this one out, she gave rookies like Angel Reese a golden opportunity to step into the spotlight. Yet, instead of rising to the occasion, Reese faltered. Fans can't help but wonder, if Clark had accepted the millions Unrivaled reportedly offered her, would the league have even been able to match her game-changing impact? Clark's absence seemed like a gracious gesture, allowing others room to grow and prove themselves. But Reese's underwhelming debut only reinforces the notion that the rookie class of 2024 revolved entirely around Clark. Without her, the league is struggling to find its spark. Unrivaled spared no expense in creating a player-focused experience, boasting $35 million in funding, world-class facilities, and even seating all 850 fans courtside. Reese herself acknowledged the perks, saying, "Everything I need is here, from massages to cold tubs and resources for workouts. I would stay here forever." Yet, despite these advantages, Reese's inability to shine in Clark's absence leaves the league questioning whether it can thrive without its most hyped star.
Stevens knows it and hits, has her head on a swivel. Hull has a shield, fires, got it.
I think very crisp and also figuring out exactly where to get their shots from.
See again, 13 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
Even with all the advantages Unrivaled offers, Angel Reese hasn't been able to turn the hype into results. Imagine if Caitlin Clark had accepted their six-figure offer, she could have elevated her own game and brought even more attention to the league. Instead, she stepped aside, giving others the chance to shine, yet Unrivaled still can't escape Clark's overwhelming shadow.
Layups, because you don't run before you can walk. And if I'm Angel Reese's trainer, I'm working on the little things, because she's not shown that she's gotten that much better at the little things. Her handle is improved, yes. Her footwork is improved. Mostly on the perimeter, her post footwork hasn't really gotten better. Like, every coach, the coaches currently working with Angel Reese are trying to get her to run before.
Reese's comments about the gap between WNBA and Unrivaled facilities are not without merit. The WNBA's lack of charter flights and limited player resources have been hot topics, with players like Nneka Ogwumike celebrating the recent introduction of charter travel for the 2024 season. However, let's not forget that Caitlin Clark didn't have these luxuries during her Rookie of the Year campaign with the Indiana Fever, earning just over $76,000. Despite this, she managed to dominate headlines and build a fan base that's now unparalleled. Pun intended. The key difference? Clark doesn't rely on excuses, she lets her game speak for itself. Reese had the perfect stage to prove she could be Caitlin Clark's true rival. With the Unrivaled League's 9-week format, TNT Sports backing, and playoff structure designed to showcase star players, she had every opportunity to shine. Yet, despite the exposure and support, Reese has struggled to inspire the same level of excitement, leaving fans wondering if she can ever fill Clark's shoes.
Tapped out by Birds at 3. Bucket! 7 offensive line in the half. Hull spins. Saturday night, a beautiful day. It's been cold here. Each of its first wins, same for Rose.
Now Lloyd.
Rose Basketball Club's opening night loss to Vinyl BC only highlighted the gap between Angel Reese and the league's true stars. While players like Ryan Howard dominated, Reese failed to take control of the game. Instead of owning her performance, she doubled down on her comments about Unrivaled's facilities, stating, "This is the exposure we deserve, being on TNT every night, having access to watch our games. This is something we've deserved for a long time." While that's true, exposure means little if you can't back it up on the court. Fans are growing frustrated with Reese's inability to live up to the hype. Many took to social media to point out the glaring fact: Caitlin Clark sat this one out, yet the spotlight is still on her. Reese had every chance to shine, but it's clear she's not on Clark's level. The excitement surrounding the 2024 rookie class was built around Clark, and Reese is only proving it.
Nice finish, high off glass. Long rebound, Jackson. Missed 2 for 10 from distance. Lloyd now 2 for 5. They cannot knock down the 3 so far in the early part of the year. Hopper, that's tough. Cock, Hopper.
She's done a good job running the second net players when she can.
Top finish there by Brianna Stewart. Lloyd on top of it, missed a chance to tie or take the lead. 3.5 to go in the third. Stewart hanging in traffic, no.
And who can blame them? Angel Reese's performance has been overshadowed by the glaring absence of Caitlin Clark, who continues to dominate the conversation without even stepping on the court. Imagine if Clark had taken the 6-figure deal and joined Unrivaled. She would have elevated the league to unprecedented heights, inspiring teammates and captivating fans with her electrifying play. Instead, she stepped aside, giving others a chance to shine. Unfortunately, Reese hasn't lived up to that challenge. While she points fingers at the WNBA and other factors for her struggles, fans can't help but wonder what could have been if Clark had been there to carry the league on her shoulders. The hype and potential that came with Clark's presence are now a distant memory as the league